Hello everyone, welcome to Lipnox SQ, the show about the games, applications, and tech demos released on SideQuest for the Oculus Quest 1 and the Oculus Quest 2. Now I want to get into it because I don't want to waste any time right now, but I got a whole bunch of new games that you definitely want to check out, and a couple that maybe you don't want to check out, so let's get into it and see what we got. Okay, so if you're a little older and not crazy old, but if you've played Time Splitters or GoldenEye back in the day, you might want to take a serious look at hacks. I find the level design in hacks and general feel of the gameplay to feel so much like something nostalgic, but yet new. Going beyond how much I love the layouts and the gameplay loop, you have this blade weapon that is also your ammo, and you can retract it and load it into your gun like an ammo clip. It's honestly beautiful how well this works, and on top of that we have great physics, so you can really feel that last shot as the robot's bodies just kind of jerk as impact of the killing blow or subsequent blows hit them. It feels satisfying for sure, and is something often lacking for shooters on the Oculus Quest. What can I say? I'm a sucker for ragdoll. But yeah, hacks is amazing, EngineOrganic is doing fantastic work, and you definitely need to hop over to SideQuest and give this one a play. Moving Force Alpha is like a multiplayer sports minigame fest with 5 different activities. You compete for the most points, and honestly, it's a lot of fun at times, and less fun at others. But overall, I love the concept. I think if you add a random aspect, gave me 30 plus minigames, it might be the go-to multiplayer VR game, and well worth a full purchase. I found the Pong or Brick Breaker styled one with the shield to be my favorite by far, with the other games still having merit, but definitely not pulling me in as much. Regardless, what is there now for free is well worth playing through, and playing a match against the AI is a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what this project evolves into, so I wish Keiron Interactive all the best moving forward. Ninja Sky. Love the platforming, but it does feel a little weird with the turning. Your movement is done entirely based on the character, so if your character isn't facing forward and you press up, well, you don't move forward. Likely resolved by using the auto camera, but I was committed to using the default control scheme. A lot of fun overall, doing the platforming and challenging if you're willing to invest the time into getting used to the game's perspective and controls. It's not a smash hit, but it's a good time, and I would recommend checking it out if you like platformers. I mean, it's free, so why not? So I really love relaxing games, and admittedly, despite the rather basic look of the boat giving me that questionable first impression, when you get moving, AstralWind is a gorgeous looking game that really does have a calming effect. You're able to choose between a few options at the start. I decided Scary Fish Monster was a nope for me, so you will have to check out the app for yourself to see that. I did, however, jet along, see some lighthouses, gaze into the stars. At one point I just stood there and took in the view of the water and everything around me, and I really enjoy what this offers in regards to that. There is no real goal as it stands now, but I think that's my favorite part, and I can't wait to see what ClaudeAtlas is up to next on this project, or their next. Travel the Words. It's a word search meets shoot 'em up. Lots of fun with simple interface, though you can cheat pretty easily by pressing on a letter. If your controller rumbles, you win. Yeah, you can pretty easily highlight the letters that way, or highlight the words that way. So if you get stuck, you can do that, but it's probably not going to be as much fun. There's also secret words, which, using this method's a whole lot easier to find the secret words, and if you trigger them, it boots up into a shoot 'em up type of level where you have to shoot the letters to spell that word. So overall, I know younger people aren't supposed to be in the headset, but if they are, this is definitely a valuable title for those players. So for adults, if you like word searches, this is pretty cool. There is a paid version you can check out, but I was just playing the free version on this episode.
Piercing the middle of the donut on the ship's steering wheel so he could use both hands to steer.
So Otherfalls. Well, it's a very unique adventure game with a jetpack arm that you can use to fly through the levels. Simple stuff, right? Well, it's more of an experience than anything. There is no losing, just experience, and while it technically has puzzles, they require no thought of any kind. In one spot, the textures failed and the walls were all black where there should have been something, but it was only briefly. I think if you like the idea of a unique art style and relaxing gameplay, Otherfalls is enjoyable, but at times it can feel boring, so don't expect it to feel like Iron Man, and admittedly after a point, I was just zooming through it more than actually fully embracing it. But Otherfalls currently costs nothing to take a look at, and I think Matt has definitely crafted a world worth taking a look at, and I can recommend taking the 20 minutes aside to experience it. You have a main ship on your right hand and a smaller ship on your left. David is a wave shooter where your guns are ships and you're not able to quickly move out of the way as you need to abide by the physics the ship operates with, avoiding incoming missiles and shots. Okay, so it's not only the right hand you're avoiding, but it got tough real quick. You have big ships you gotta take out, and until you do, they send a constant onslaught of smaller ships after you. The only real downside to this experience is that it's basically the same thing over and over again with more ships to kill. It's also very unfair, your health doesn't refill in between levels. Those complaints aside, I loved playing the game and it felt like a wonderful distraction for about 20 minutes, and I definitely suggest taking a look to see how far you can get in the 5 levels Composed has available in this version. The West Flemish pub experience. Walking into a comic strip much? I won't do the accent, don't worry. The West Flemish pub experience is definitely a sight to behold. Admittedly, you're not able to move around, just turn around, but it's so well made, and while I'm not huge about the subtitles, I think this is definitely something that showcases a great way to do storytelling, and I'll admit, I like the idea of having a hub environment with stuff going on around you that you can kind of hang out in, almost like an advanced screensaver for VR, and this definitely gives me that kind of vibe to it. I hope Joren's next project follows a similar concept, but maybe try for color next time, and do a different environment, and you know what, I'd love to check that one out too. Snakes and Ladders is a board game I played as a kid. Why did I buy it in VR? I gotta be honest, I'm starving for board games in VR from my past, and while I anxiously await the classics like Monopoly, Risk, The Game of Life to get full VR ports, I am all for trying what I can get. So this game is made by Thunder Game Development, has cats and foxes which are loud, but the foxes are cute, so I guess I can give the foxes a pass. And only the foxes. I'm usually a cat person, but they are so loud and so annoying in this game, they alone ruined any chance of me playing any longer than I had to. I also found with the dice, I seem to be able to cheat sometimes. I got a lot of 6s by facing the dice up and just dropping it, and the random join multiplayer connection thing is weird and should be lobby based, as unless 2 people hit join at the same time, they can't play together. The game currently has 2 levels, but it would be great for a camera angle that showed the whole map you could swap between, because the first person is a little bit jarring sometimes. But even at $3, the issue I had are likely going to be fixed. They might already be fixed. So if you're into board games in VR, you know what, $3 isn't a huge investment, so it might be worth it. So 99 Balloons. A game in which you relax and float in the sky trying to get as high as possible. So you're essentially just grabbing a balloon, and you can hold any part of the white string hanging from them, and after so long they make a noise indicating they will give away soon, and you're about to plummet to your death. It's a fun concept, but very bare bones at the time I played. I really enjoy how it can reward you by grabbing the right balloon and sending you floating higher, and the whole risk-reward aspect gameplay loop combined with the randomness to it does make it enjoyable to an extent. I don't think there is $1.50 of game right here though, but I don't regret buying it for me personally. I don't know if you would probably get the same value as I would. Control-wise, there is snap turning on the right analog stick and then grabbing the balloon strings, but you're not walking around that starting point at all, so you kind of just grab the first balloon you can and go with that. It would be nice to have proper skyboxes and a better ground texture to make it feel more realistic, and have the ability to add our own MP3s, so I hope AutonomousUnit keeps working on it. Man, that was a hard one to say. Alright, well, I like to focus on good games on these videos, but I bought Beach VR for $2, and admittedly my expectations were extremely low, but I can't believe how bare bones this actually is. So a small beach area, repeating annoying wave sound that is just too loud, bad physics for the balls that are in the level. I played on both platforms and it just really sucks. Like, you can mess around on the radio and you can try to throw the bottles up and catch them, but that's it. Environment doesn't look great. Even the much nicer PC VR version included doesn't really amaze me, and it's a small area. I always wonder with paid games on SideQuest what the plan is, and I really hope Erick has big ones for Beach VR, as it stands currently as $2 down the toilet. So thank you everyone for watching that. Anyone that's still here that stayed for the whole episode, you guys are the MVP. Thank you so much. we're gonna keep coming out with stuff. We got some App Lab content coming soon. I got some Guardians review coming soon. I'm gonna see if I can handle Hinge. Maybe I'm too scared. I'm thinking of doing this Lipnox Gets Scared Stupid series, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll die on the first episode. But stay tuned and thanks for watching.